Welcome to the 100 Volvo. And what's your name, sir?
I'm Jim.
Jim, what's your last name?
Hannah.
Hannah, my name's Jim Outman, so we got something in common.
There you go.
Jim, what brings you by this morning?
Well, I want to take a look at some of the Volvos
Okay.
we have here. We're wife and I are going to be getting another car, and we're kind of looking at several different cars, but Volvo's high on our list. But we read about that they last a long time. We had one years ago, and they were all pretty comfortable cars, and they were safe cars, and that. And, wanted to see what you had. We were looking for something maybe with all-wheel drive.
Okay. Now, have you been here before? Is this your first time?
I have been at the other hunter stores. I have not been here
Oh,
before.
very good. Now, if I might ask, whose car is this going to be? Is it going to be yours or yours and your wife's?
It'll really be for both of us.
Okay, great.
But she's not here today.
Okay.
But I'll be bringing her back in. I thought I'd just do it before the there.
Yeah, very good. I appreciate that. Is it going to be mostly for just driving or work related or?
Well, yeah, we'll probably work one of us will, but occasions, everything.
Okay.
All around vehicle. It won't be our only car, but it'll be, we're looking for something to be our good car.
Okay, fantastic. I think the car that, and we're actually standing right in front of it right now. And this is our XC7. This is our cross country. It's really, because you said your wife's going to be driving it too. And what we have here is really, and you were talking about a little your safety, is I might start there a little bit. The average age of a Volvo on the road now is 18.5 years. Isn't that amazing?
The average age.
Yes, wouldn't you like that? We've got a lot of customers that drive 500,000, million miles. But again, the reason they do that is because we'll start on the outside of the car, if that's all right.
Sure.
And it's the safety. In this car, you're almost in a cocoon. Volvo has really tried over the last 7 years, and that's how long they've been in business. We've been in business 38 years, is to try to make sure that if you're in an accident, that they're assuring the best possible results for the occupants, okay? And so that's why they've created this car with high tensile steel all the way through the doors, around the roof line. And I'll tell you just real quick, you can't do that on most. Most of them are just there for show. These you can absolutely use, hook things on and go. The other thing that I'd like to talk to you about is, we can open the door. Jim, I'd like you to just try to put your hand around that B-pillar right there.
Got some strength.
Got some strength to it. Do me a favor, shut the door, just easily, don't even, isn't that amazing?
Sounds like fault.
Yep. And I'm gonna have you step up this way, and I wanna talk about the brakes just a little bit. We have standard 4-wheel disc anti-lock brakes, plus traction control standard on our vehicles, okay? And which just, again, is a very, very much a safety-related item, okay? Would that be a feature you'd like to have on your new car?
Stop and good, as I'd rather avoid an accident than be protected in the event of one.
Good. If I can take you right up here to this, the front of the car, we're going to open the hood, and I want to talk about a couple things that these guys have for safety and also the motor. We have double hinge pins to make sure if there's a front-end collision on this car, that this roof or this hood does not go into that compartment and hurt the occupants. It's amazing. Your motor is an inline 6. Okay, it's a wonderful motor. An inline 6 has less moving parts than a V6. Most V6s, which you might not or do know, have to be weighted at the ends to keep the balance smooth for the occupants and the driving. This car, they've just done a wonderful job. 236 horsepower. Everything is very. Do you do any maintenance on your car?
Very little. Very little. I change bulbs.
But you might like to know where the fuses are and also the battery.
Okay.
Okay. And what you were talking about, very simple. Right here, you pull these two little latches up, the headlights pop out, and Jim, you can change the bulbs. You don't have to spend $20 or $25 at a dealership. One of the other things that I think is tremendously great about this car is it has 2 cross members in the front. It has a higher cross member for impact, and it also has a lower cross member. And the reason the lower cross member is there is if someone in a smaller car would try to go underneath you. Okay? So again, if you're going to be in an accident, at the price point that this car is versus, let's say, Mercedes-Benz, BMW, I really believe this is going to be the safest car for you and your family, and I know that's important to you, right? Absolutely. We're going to go ahead and shut this. And I could open it again, but if you notice, there's no strut on this. It pops up, it pops out of the way for easy maintenance on the vehicle. If you walk around this side with me, you can see have side marker lights. And what those do is for entrance and exit at night around your home or something like that. That's a real nice
Little
feature.
turn signals there too?
Yep, turn
Okay.
signals too, yep. And if you look right under here, can you come right over?
Oh, yeah.
I want you to see that. That's a camera.
Oh.
And that's our blind spot.
Cool.
Okay? And when you're driving down the road, and there's, I'm gonna show you, right here, you see this little,
Little light there?
yep, if you have that activated and someone's trying to pass you, and you can't see them, that light will come on and tell you there is somebody in the outside lane trying to pass you, so please don't do it.
Nice
Okay?
feature.
It really is. Excuse me. And here's the window sticker. And I won't go over everything today, but as you can see, tremendous amount of, standard features. Now, this particular car, were you interested in leather and,
Yeah,
sunroof?
well, leather and sunroof is real important to my wife.
That's our premium package. You get a lot of nice features, but this car has 4 or 5 packages, and when we take our test drive, we'll talk about those packages, okay?
Okay.
And if I can ask you to come over here, I think this is really good. Have you ever had I didn't ask you, and I apologize, have you had a sport utility or a wagon?
Oh, yeah.
Okay. So you know how hard it can be sometimes to drop the back seat.
Some of them are.
Yep. Here's how hard it is with a Volvo. Just that, it's done, absolutely. Now, I won't do it to show you, but the front seat can be laid over with 2 little latches underneath the dash, and you can have almost 9 feet of carrying space. Isn't that wonderful?
Oh, that's great.
You do any kind of work at home?
Well, every now and then you want to haul something that's a little longer.
Fantastic, fantastic. Jim, if I can bring you back here to the back. I'm gonna. Now, I don't know if you need a feature like that, but your wife would probably fall in love with it.
It looks cool anyway.
Isn't that very nice? And this can be operated from your fob or from inside the car, and here's your tools. You want to use it there. And what you've got back here, I think you've almost done it very nicely, is they've given you some compartments. Which you can store things that you got, which is very nice. Now, this is a grocery bin. You can your wife can put that up, put her groceries in there. Just push the little latch right here. I'll hold on for a little bit. Well, we'll go ahead and push that. There we go. Now, a couple other things coming around the car I'd like to talk to you about is we have side SIPs, which is side impact protection. Okay, and again, that's kind of going back to what I was talking about with our cocooning effect, and the safety factors of the whole. This is just like I was talking about, a massive cocoon around you with metal. And what happens is with Volvos, if you get hit on the side, almost like kind of like a race car, the energy of the crash is dispersed along the outlines of the body, and it lets protrusion into the inside of the vehicle, so the occupants come out of it. One of the other nice features we have is whips, and I'm going to ask you to sit right in the car, and I'll kind of talk about whips, because one of the biggest problems in insurance and with customers is rear-end collisions that happen, and you have neck injuries and things like that. With ours, the seat, if there's a heavy enough rear-end collision, whips will actually, with the tensioner and the seat belt, will actually release the seat, cradle you, and reduce the shock. So there's a 50% less chance that you or someone in the front seat is going to have a problem with whiplash. Now that, I mean, it might never happen, just that one time. That would be a great thing to have with it.
Oh, yeah.
Okay. I wanted to talk just a little bit about the interior. Now, this particular car has a lot of features, like we were talking about, the leather and the sunroof, and it has that kind of that waterfall effect dash. Isn't that beautiful going down there?
That is gorgeous.
See, in this particular car, everything is very easy for you to look at. You've got your heated seats. It has cruise control. It has Bluetooth, which is a nice feature, which we talk about, so you're hands-free with your phones. And isn't that a very comfortable seat?
It is, yeah.
They have the architecture with the seat that it just, they've just worked on it, so that it's probably one of the nicest seats you'll ever set in a car. The wood grain effect.
Is that real wood?
It is, yes. And isn't that beautiful?
Yes.
It is.
Nice job. It has kind of that Scandinavian design look to it.
And we have the features right here. We have 3-way memory. How tall is your wife, if I can ask?
Oh, she's about 5'6".
So you can have your own setting that you, with your fob, she can have her own